Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday combined with Scrap Backwards Monday. So I'm kind of taking advantage of the fact that both the Scrap Squad and Scrap Backwards teams are in the UK, and I'm going to publish this video at midnight, which will still be Sunday in the US, and it'll already be into Monday in the UK. I'm going out of town, and I'm scheduling all my Scrap Squad Sunday videos ahead of time. And instead of doing the weekly sketch or the weekly scrap lift, I'm going to do the 12 days of spring scrap lifts. And this, for example, is what I'm doing today. It is scrap lift day 1 in the 12 days of spring. And I'll do day 2 for next Sunday and day 3 for the Sunday after that. And then I'll probably try to squeeze the others in before the end of the month, end of the deadline. So this is the lift. It is an A4 size originally. It's by Michelle for DLS Designs, and I have fitted it to 12 by 12, but first I want to talk about the supplies I'm using. I have recently done a clear out. I always do a reorganization around like when I finished Calvin Ball, because everything's in a huge mess. And in doing this, I had some iris boxes just piled up on the floor where I was looking through for certain elements that I needed for Calvin Ball points. And in looking at those, I had discovered that I had a few collections I completely forgot that I had, and I didn't have much left. And so I kind of wanted to pull those into my Scrap Backwards kit. So this page is going to showcase all of those things, those new things that have not been in my Scrap Backwards kit before. So this is kind of an April refresh for my kit. And what you're seeing here is from a collection called On Trend by Crate Paper. And I had this 6x6 pad, although I don't think it has all of the papers in it. I think I've used some out of it. And then I had this 12 by 12 sheet, and I'm gonna see when it's 2012. Yeah, so that's one of my older collections. And then I also have this is a sticker sheet of kind of, it's meant to look sort of like torn washi, these various pieces. So I'll try to work that in. This is a brand new sticker sheet from Brave and Bold by Amy Tangerine. And I think this came in a variety pack of stuff, because I think this is newer than that collection. It was kind of in a buy this, get this free sort of a thing. But I thought some of these elements might work with this On Trend collection. This is another, I had another drawer besides the On Trend. I had another drawer of that had the color combination. I have three different collections. This one is Just Be You by Echo Park, and there were 3 different collections that had the combination of this mint green and the coral. And I particularly liked that color combination, so I gathered all the supplies together, put them in an iris box, thinking I could use them together, and then I just forgot about them. So I have this sticker sheet. And then this has already been in my Scrap Backwards kit, and it has some things in it. Some of these flags might work. I thought I'd try to use it. This is going to be a hard one for me to use, because the florals are kind of, I don't know, vintagey, not in a good way, to my taste. It's a little bit, it's pretty, but it's not me. And then I have this, and what I'm looking at for a title on this page is this XOXO here, and then there are a few other things. So I may try to kill this sticker sheet. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'll put these kind of over here. I will put this on finished. I pulled, I used this 12 by 12 sheet for this. And what I did here was I just kind of laid the paper over, like, you know, say like that, and until I got a pleasing look, and then I glued underneath it, and then I scissor cut and then trimmer cut to make a clean edge. And then I did another piece over here that would end up parallel to that, you know, with the other end. So that's how I did this, and I didn't necessarily want to do all that on camera. I just thought I could tell you about it. And I cut 6 by 6 papers into these squares, each one smaller than the next. And let me, this is going to be kind of hard for me to arrange my desk. I'm going to put this off to the side, put these things way over yonder, and now I'm going to see what we can do. One thing that I really like about the original is that she has doodled lines. That's either doodling or stitching. I think doodling would be just as effective. And she's got this border of this pink and white stripe with this teal. And I'm going to use washi tape. And then I'm going to maybe do a border around the white part, and certainly around these mats. So let me do the mats first, because I know for sure that I want to do that, and I know what I'm doing here. I'm just using a pen to doodle a line, and I'm not worrying about how straight or even or parallel or anything that line is. It's meant to look hand doodled, and it does. So I cleaned out 2 iris boxes. I discovered I had 2 different boxes of Amy Tangerine. One was papers and the other was embellishments. So I pulled all the embellishments, there wasn't much in there, into my Scrap Backwards kit, and I pulled all the on-trend papers, and there weren't that many of those, into my kit. I will probably do another refresh, or I'll consider that box. The box of Amy Tangerine papers is huge. It's fully packed. Okay, let me do the washi tape part. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the white. Let's see. I thought I want this to look kind of edgy. I've taken a photo of Katie in some sunglasses that her dad took a long time ago with a not great camera, and then he put it into Instagram back in the days when Instagram put a black border around all the photos that were loaded, and severely affected the quality of the photos. I'm going to do it this way, just butted up next to it. I think I will do it that way. I think that's going to look nice, and that's kind of where the cluster is going to go. So I'm going to fold that over, and then I'm going to do this one. Let me look at the original. This one has, I'll just have to make sure that my cluster goes down this far and obscures the torn edge there. Let me get this snipped here. I folded it over, but it was long enough that and that's not a clean snip. I just want to be sure it's adhered cleanly. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to intentionally place this down here, and I know that any florals will come. That's kind of an edgy sort of look for sure. I think I got what I wished for, and sometimes I suppose you should be careful about that. At least that's what I hear. The reason I thought this might work is that there's a black and white striped paper that kind of comes with that collection, and I thought that might look kind of cool. So what I'm going to have to do here is another element of the cluster. We'll have to cover that with a flower or something. I thought about finding, in fact, if I had found that black and white striped paper in the 12 by 12, I'd have layered it like they did in the original, but I couldn't find it. I must have already used it. I tended a while back when I wasn't fully into respecting collections or designers. I just kind of pulled certain patterns, and diagonal stripes were one of those patterns. Wood grains were another one, and I just pulled them out of whatever designer collection they were in. Okay, this is drying up. I wonder if there's a reason for that. What I need to do, I bought a whole slew of these little bottles, and I need to fill them all up so that when one gets persnickety, I can pull up another one and not have to do this on camera. Okay, so this is going to get snipped, and then I'll about be done with this work. Okay. I think it's going to work for the kind of grungy teenage sort of look that I'm going to have. And I want these, let me kind of work on that again. I may have to open it up and poke it from the inside, but it had started flowing there for a minute. So, okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just put this down. I'm going to kind of curve the sides. I'm going to put this at a little bit of an angle, and the next one will be at a slightly different angle, and it's a little bit smaller. There, and then this one do it that way. And then the photo can go like that. And I have foam behind it. And now I can start embellishing. Okay, I want to pull the original back out again because I really, really love it. She's got what looks like a cut file or a die cut, kind of, that's airy and loose. Part of it up here and part of it down here. And then she's tucked all kinds of elements in between these different layers to have them at different heights. And so I'm gonna try that. One thing I definitely want to do is I want to add this guy right here to kind of cover the joint, the juncture of those pieces of washi tape. So let me get this here. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll put a little bit of glue on the end. Okay, it seems to be flowing, though not as freely as I'd like. I'm gonna do it kind of like this so it doesn't look like I'm hiding that. Okay, so that's now down there, and I can do something like, look, there's another balloon in this other collection. I can do something that looks like there's this shine. I might actually put that right here. I think I like that there. And then I thought maybe one of these, maybe this, ooh, I like that particular floral, maybe kind of overlapping right there. There was a really pretty butterfly that I would like to use. Katie is gonna kill me for using this this photo. I'm sure she's not gonna, I'm sure she doesn't care for it. I'm gonna put foam dots behind the lenses of these sunglasses. Since she's wearing sunglasses, I thought I'd use these. And there is a potted plant in the original, and I have one right here, this cactus, which I thought I might try to squeeze in somewhere. And I can do this like so. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it down lower so the so it doesn't hit the foam that's on there. Okay, and instead of the cut file that she has, I have this die cut that is a specialty paper. It's mulberry paper, and I die cut it with a Bramble Fox die. And I'm just going to kind of, oh, I meant for that to be underneath there. Let's see if we can place it and get rid of that glue. That's fine. That is kind of in the same craft paper look that I have down here. And I have another piece of craft paper that I can put down here. It's different. And these are, of course, die cuts, things that I cut with my die cutter for Calvin Ball, because they got me Calvin Ball points. And I put that in between two layers so that it's lifted up from the background. And I'm going to take let's go find the butterflies. I think it's an Amy Tangerine butterfly. There are two there. I actually kind of like this black and white flower sticker, and I'm going to put it up here and just have it down, and then I can layer some things on top of it. I like this little eyeball that it's kind of offbeat, as a lot of Amy Tangerine's images were, but it's kind of perfect for a teenage girl. Okay, so now let's see what else we have that I definitely want to use. I'm kind of trying to see if there's any way I can incorporate, well, okay, first of all, let's do the cactus. We've got to do the cactus, right? I'm going to put it here. Let me put a little bit of foam on the other side. I want some florals here, and I haven't included any yet. I'm just going to do it that way. Here is an Amy Tangerine floral, and here's another bright-ish one. And I think they're close enough in color range, even if not in style. I'll do that there. I'm wondering if I can use this film strip. Kind of, if I can get it to lay straight. I think I can, and of course I'm doing things out of order. Okay, I'll just kind of put that right there, and I'll work on this. And this is going to be tricky because it's that thin mulberry paper. It was hard enough to die cut it, but trying to scooch it under something and then glue it with wet glue. But you can't use let's see. Here we go. Have I torn it? I have not. I'm not sure what happened here, but let me go take a look. It's the right color red for the papers. It's just really pretty. What I need to do is kind of get this glued down, and that one can have a little more obvious glue. This one needs a lighter touch. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to put some liquid glue on this to kind of hold it in place a little bit better. And I put the liquid glue on the wrong side. So, okay. Just leave it there. And then I can do some other elements. I definitely wanted to use okay. I say I definitely wanted to use, there are some individual flowers on this one that kind of, though that is not, that's flower is printed on the sticker sheet, but it isn't cut. I thought I was going crazy there for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here, and this out here, and this maybe right in there, just to kind of put that one there, and I want to find another. I don't have very many leaf sprigs. Here's that pretty butterfly that I wanted to use, and I'm going to put it actually on the photo. And I like this frame as an accent. I want part of it there and part of it down here. So I'll cut it in half, and we'll do this. Kind of at a different angle from the paper that's under it. There we go. And here I'm going to glue it straight onto the white paper, kind of underlapping that that ViewMaster reel. Okay, there, and now we're just kind of embellishing for the fun of it. I want to add these little lips here because teenage girl. that was it. Okay, and I kind of like using the name of the collection here as maybe a title or a subtitle. I think I'm going to use the XOXO, and I will glue them flat down. I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to doodle around them. I love the black with the combinations of reds and pinks and corals and greens. Okay. And I'm going to use this Love You on some foam up in the upper cluster. Right there. And then I'm done with that sticker sheet. On here, is there anything else? There's this high there with the that collection's signature tiger, and it could maybe go here. Whoops, I need some glue on this. It's too thin for the sticker part to be sticking properly. Okay, now I want one of the arrows. I like that this arrow is kind of holographic. So I'm going to put it here over the black and white. I think that will make it stand out. And there are some more individual flowers here in different colors and designs that I think will work nicely. There's one heart. Do I have another heart? I need my overlapping hearts. I will overlap this with a different kind of heart, but I will put it here on the film strip, and I'll pull one of these Cocoa Vanilla hearts from the Happy Days collection, and that may need some glue, but I'll do that off camera. Here is a leaf sprig, and I've got another leaf sprig, and I was thinking I didn't have any, so this will work right there. And then I have this larger one. This is fun. I love it when I have no idea where I'm going with something, and then I find stuff. Okay, that kind of works. I like the leaves sticking out of this, So I may work that into here. I'm going to put it under, and then I'll put some foam. I don't want to cover the green pattern paper. That's about the only place that it shows now. So I'll slide it under so there'll be a tiny bit of pink showing and the leaves will still be lifted. And are we done? It seems like I might need something more there. I may add this little hand here. I'll maybe lift that flower and put the hand right there. Just, you know, teenage girl manicure sort of thing. And I think that may be all I need from that sticker sheet. I wanted to use an arrow, and there's one here. I can kind of work it in there. Let me get a bit of foam behind it to lift it up and create some shadowing so it's not so plain. I like to have some things flat and some things raised, and create that those levels of depth. I was kind of liking this camera and the typewriter, but I don't think I have a need for them in here. I really wanted to use this bunting, and I don't see a good place for that to go either. I don't think I need any more. I do like the awesome bit right here, and I think, talking about that change in depth, I'm going to put this right here and let it go along with the arrow. Put that down. On here, I thought I would pull some of the banners, flags that would be where the colors would work, and I was thinking of adding them maybe kind of under there at angles, and I want to prop them up on foam on the ends there so they're not sticking straight. And then I think that's going to be it. I will go outline those title letters, and then I think we're done. And I don't think there's anything else. I like this little bit that says choose joy. Always a good sentiment for a kiddo that facing a bunch of stuff and could get bogged down in all the new responsibilities and stuff that you have to deal with. I'm going kind of there. And that just gives us a little bit of interest over there. And I had this out because the colors work so well, and I thought I might run it alongside, but the size is wrong. I think I'll save that for another page. Put it back up in there. I have a kind of a cart holding some of the things that I made, die cuts or things that scraps that I created in Calvin Ball that I thought I could use in non-Calvin Ball stuff. So that's where some of this is coming from, and that will remain kind of on my desk. Let me get that closed up, and I'm going to get my pen, and I'm going to outline these letters. Again, not trying to be perfect with it, just kind of trying to add a little bit of depth and dimension to them in a casual sort of way, like the doodling on these papers. And now I'm going to do the same, I think, around the white background, and maybe even down the straight sides of the red. This kind of, since these are not thickers, they're flat stickers, doing this kind of gives them a little dimension and interest that you wouldn't get otherwise. Okay, so now I'm just going to do this. This way, I'm going to skip the tape and go to the paper. And of course, this is going to be very hard to photograph so that this doodling shows. So I'll probably have to put it at an angle. Okay. And should I do it along here? Maybe so. Let's do it here too. And there. Okay, it's done, and I think I kind of stayed somewhat true to the original. Different colors, different patterns, and title placement in a different place. But I'm happy with it, and I thank you very much for watching. Bye.